Yes, guys, welcome back to my second episode of YouTube. I'm currently in India, and as you can see, I am a little bit sunburned, but I just wanted to come in here and deliver this content because I feel like it's going to give you so much value to go into the year feeling confident, feeling assured, and to not burn out by the end of January. And that is my goal, to make sure that you go into the year and you are going to achieve those fantastic goals that you set yourself. So in this presentation, I'm going to break down your current state, which is how you're feeling right now, the potential problem with that. I'm then going to provide you with the solution and some structure, and then I'm going to go through a case study that really provides value in terms of breaking down how you can go from where you are now to where you want to be. So make sure you stay around to the end because there's going to be so much value to take from that last slide. So the first part is going to be related to how you're feeling right now after a busy Christmas period and also in preparation for the new year. So it's highly likely, and if you haven't done this already, I suggest you do so, is you're going to set yourself some specific, can't even speak today, some specific goals that are going to be what you want to achieve in the new year. And those goals are most likely outcome related goals, and you're feeling super motivated to achieve those goals, which is exciting. And I'm the same. I'm setting myself some really big business related goals, mindset, physique, performance, and it is, it feels good just to set those goals. But it's highly likely that those goals are outcome related. So for example, you want to lose 5 to 10 kg and you want to do a sub 20-minute 5K, or you want to compete in a Hyrox, or you want to do a sub 2-hour half marathon. Okay, these are all outcome related goals, which again is good to have in the diary, but we need to know how we're going to achieve those goals and the day-to-day, week-to-week goals and targets we need to set in order to achieve those outcome related goals. Now, you've probably spent the last few days, I don't know when you're going to be viewing this, but you probably spent the last few days during the Xmas period lacking structure, enjoying yourself, having a few drinks and enjoying that time with your family, which needs to happen at this time of year. We work so hard throughout the year. We deserve to have a couple of days where we just switch off, relax and enjoy ourselves. Now, having said that, you might be feeling slightly guilty for that. The fact that you haven't really committed to any kind of training or structure over the last few weeks, and you're feeling like, this is not going to be helping you in terms of where you want to be. Okay, and again, that is completely normal, but we need to work on improving that, right? So hopefully that's sort of given you a little bit of an overview. Maybe you can relate to what is on the screen right now in terms of how you're currently feeling. Now, the potential issue with where you're at right now is that your current habits and mindset are not aligned with the person you need to become in order to achieve those goals. So what I mean by that is you're still associating yourself with somebody who doesn't go to the gym, somebody who has a lack of understanding with their nutrition, and who just doesn't believe that for them, they can really change their physique and improve their performance. You still just don't quite believe that that's possible, and your habits do not align with that person either. So you're not going to the gym, you're not preparing your meals, you are not taking action on a day-to-day basis. So although you've set yourself those outcome related goals, which like I said are fantastic, you're not actually doing the habits that are required in order to achieve those goals. So you need to figure out what habits are going to allow you to get to that specific goal, and then you need to align yourself in your mindset and identity that you are the type of person who can achieve that. This is really important. If you don't get this right, it's going to be very hard to make any progress. You have to start to adapt your mindset towards somebody who is becoming the person they want to be. Now, you're probably relying on motivation alone, okay? And this is a huge mistake. Now, the reason for this is because you're a busy professional. You have a busy job, you have relationships, friendships, family commitments, and your life is very busy. If you're going to rely on motivation at all times, when you get back from work and you're tired and exhausted, if you haven't got that plan in place, you haven't got the exact session that you're going to be doing that evening, you're just going to sit on the sofa and you're not going to take action. But if you understand what it is that you have to do on each specific day, you'll use discipline to allow you to make progress and to still to take the action. You are focusing on the outcome to lose 5 to 10 kg, and you're not aware or you don't understand what is actually required to achieve that goal. How much weight do you need to lose each week? What habits do you need to have in your routine? How many gym sessions do you need to do? How do I track my workouts? How many calories do I need on a day-to-day basis? They're the sort of questions you need to be asking yourself. And if you don't know the answers, then you need some support to achieve that, right? If you are still guessing how many calories you need, if you're still just going to the gym and doing random workouts, and you haven't got that structure in place, you don't know what it is you need to do, then some guidance and accountability would probably benefit you to allow you to make that progress. This one's key. You're expecting to go from 0 to 100 without burning out. So you've just spent the last few weeks doing pretty much nothing. Your consistency and structure have been all over the place. And then as soon as January starts, you're expecting to get to the gym, do all of your sessions, prepare your meals, and you are expecting that to be perfected. But it's very unlikely that that can happen. And even if it does happen, it will just be a few weeks before you burn out and then you're going to give up. Okay, so it's really important that we avoid going from doing hardly anything to the absolute extreme. So the solution to this, to avoid setting yourself up for failure, and I call this the prime phase. So in that prime phase is where you're going to build the habits, the routines, and the structure that are going to allow you to achieve your long-term outcome-related goal. So you need to set yourself realistic expectations. So if you're somebody who's been hardly doing anything over the last few weeks, then you going to the gym 5 times a week, doing 3 to 4 cardio sessions, preparing every single meal is going to be a huge ask. Okay, so you need to start setting yourself realistic expectations and holding yourself accountable to those expectations. Now, you can do this by writing down a list of weekly and non-negotiable habits. So I've left a few examples on the screen. So 3 times weight training sessions. Make sure that they're tracked. You've prepared your lunches every single Sunday, and you're weighing yourself on a day-to-day basis so that you can measure your average and see if your weight is going down or up. Okay, so these are just some of the daily non-negotiables you could add to your routine that can allow you to actually start making progress in January and not feel like you're just going round in circles and you never see any progress. So the structure and just some tips on the screen now to guide you around that are: aim to train at the same time every day. This is going to make your life so much easier because there's going to be days that you have to adapt, but on the whole, you want to be trying to get your sessions in at the same time on the same day. This is going to feel so much better and you're going to feel like you're in a routine and structure. Just rotate between a few meals. There's no need to be having a different dinner, a different lunch, a different breakfast every single day. Just have 3 or 4 meals that you enjoy, that you're aware of what the calories are, and you're making sure that you're hitting your protein targets. You've got all of your other essential macronutrients and micronutrients, and you are just in a position where you're not having to think too much about what it is that you're having every single day. That is going to really help you moving forward. Lock in your sleep schedule, so know exactly when you're going to go to sleep and when you're going to wake up. It sounds so simple, but it's going to make your life so much easier. And without that in place, you're going to feel fatigued, you're going to burn out, and you are going to feel like this is so much harder than it needs to be. Avoid looking for perfection, and also organizations around the meals prepared and the kit is left out. Okay, so they're just a few things that you can do right now to allow you to move forward. That avoid perfection again is key, because I myself am guilty of this. Is I want everything to be in the perfect way, but I make mistakes, and there'll be days where I miss things. I miss a workout or I miss a meal prep. Okay, that's fine. As long as you're not doing that over and over again, then you're still going to make progress. So the last section is the case study. So on the screen, we have an individual who is 90 kg, so they're overweight. They've been really inconsistent over the Xmas break. They've got a little bit of gym experience, but not the best. And their goal is to lose weight, 5 to 10 kg, but they're lacking their understanding around nutrition and structure. So what I would do for this client, okay, is I would set them a specific training related goal. Now, when it comes to training, we have to look at all of the areas of output. So we have resistance training, okay, weight training, that's most likely done in the gym. We have our output through steps and our output through cardio. So for this specific client, I would set them a resistance-based goal of getting to the gym at least 3 times a week for the first 4 weeks of the program. Now, this could be 45 minutes to an hour session. They would be getting in at least 8 to 10K steps on a weekly basis. and they would be doing around 2 to 3 cardio sessions. Now these can be 20 to 30 minutes, but they need to be done at a low intensity because this is where we're going to accelerate fat loss. Okay, so that would be their training output. Their nutrition would need to be organized. Okay, so I would set them a specific tailored nutrition plan that's going to hit their calorie target just below. Okay, so they're going to be in around a deficit of 200 to 300 calories, and this is going to allow them to drop weight. Now, they'll need to know exactly what it is they're going to have to eat for their breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and it would obviously need to be high protein and a balanced plate. Okay, so I would provide that nutrition structure to support them with that, and they would know exactly that that plan is going to allow them to lose weight. Now, it's really important, and many guys miss this part, but you need to weigh yourself every single day, and then you can track what is happening at the end of the week with all of those numbers. Now, we are aiming for 0.5 to 0.9 kg lost per week. Now, if we're not quite achieving that goal, okay, then we need to look at your nutrition or your training output. And if we are getting between that, that is a really good position to be in, because it means that you're going to retain that muscle mass and you're going to look fantastic when you reduce the weight. So that, in a nutshell, is training output, nutrition, and also average weight is going to be really important. Now, the last part is going to be a daily habit tracker. So all of the things that they've tried to accomplish, those non-negotiables, is going to allow them to it's going to allow them to make progress. So the daily habit tracker is so important, because then they can start stacking daily wins and build some serious momentum with that. So hopefully that's helped. Oh, I think room service there. 2 minutes. Sorry about that. And yes, that is going to give you the clear structure that you need. So you've got your state that you're currently in, you've got the problem to that, you've got the solution and the structure, and then a clear breakdown of what you can do from the start of Jan, which is going to allow you to drive progress. So if you're a busy professional who wants to build an athletic, high-performing physique, please do subscribe and follow, and I can't wait to give you lots of value going into the year 2026, and I do apologize for that. Apologize, shall I say, but it's done now. So have a fantastic start to your year, and I look forward to hearing from you guys.